Hello, welcome to our video on chromatic scales. So what is a chromatic scale? Well, a chromatic scale is a scale that covers every note within an octave and moves by semitones. Let's listen to what a chromatic scale sounds like. Okay, so you can see by looking at this scale that we've covered every note from C to C moving by semitones. Now, the trick is that when we're ascending, we use sharps on the way up, and when we're descending, we use flats on the way down. This is very important. So if we start on a C, as we do here, our next note will be a C sharp. Right? So when we go up that semitone, we're playing a C sharp, not a D flat. Okay? As we go on, we go from a D to a D sharp, not an E flat, to an E. Now from E to F, there's no semitone, so we can just go from E to F. We go from F to F sharp, to G, from a G, then to a G sharp, not an A flat, right? G sharp because we're on the way up. A to A sharp, B, and then to C. Now, when we've hit C, we turn around and we go down, but we use flats on the way down. So we go from C to B, and then we go from B to B flat. So instead of hitting an A sharp like we did on the way down, we're calling it a B flat on the way down, even though it's the same note. So we go from B flat to A flat to G, from G to G flat, down to F. Now we can go right to E because there's no black note in between. We go from E to E flat, D to D flat, back to C, and that is our C chromatic scale. So a chromatic scale can start and end on any note. So let's take a look at another one. Here's an A chromatic scale. So we're going to build this scale together. So we're going to start on the note of the scale, and we're going to go up through every note in that octave by semitones. So start by writing out an A because it's an A chromatic scale. And we're going to use sharps on the way up. So we're going to go from an A to an A sharp. And we're going to go from A sharp to a B. From a B right to a C because there's no black note in between. C to C sharp. Then we're going to go from C sharp to D. D to D sharp. And remember, I know I'm stressing this a lot, but we call them sharps on the way up. So we go to D sharp to E, E to F, F to F sharp to G, G to G sharp, and go to A, and then to A sharp, and then, oh, sorry, we're at the top. So now we've hit A. Now we're going to turn around and go back down. So now we're going to use flats on the way down. So although we had in G sharp right before the A, we're going to call it an A flat on the way back down. So we go from A to A flat, and we go back down to a G, and then we go to a G flat, and we continue on down the scale. So we got an F right to an E flat. You start to be seeing the pattern here, and hopefully you can be writing these out yourselves now. C to B, B to B flat, back down to A, which is the note in the name of the scales because it's an A chromatic scale, and that completes our chromatic scale.